Hello. Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And funny enough, I just did this live stream. I started one about 2 minutes ago and I was unlisted, so no one was showing up. It was pretty hilarious. But I'm here now and sharing my greetings. Looks like there's someone right behind me there. That shouldn't bother us though. So I'm gonna wait for some more people to get in here. What's up, Josh? H89, what's up, bro? Good to see you. And yes, I'm wearing a mask because I'm outdoors. Just wanted to share a little bit more with you guys about the news I just shared in the previous video. Let's wait for some more people to get in here. 25. And there's Pravesh. Good to see you, Peps. Hopefully we'll meet up later, man. But I'll explain the whole situation right now. Might as well explain it to this whole audience here as well. What's up? Hamim, good to see you. Speak out and remove all doubt. Good to see you as well. Wilner, what is up? Osama bin Laden. Damn, I thought you were dead. Anyway, keep safe. JR, that's right. So let me... you guys sometimes, it's hilarious. No, okay, so I got to explain what so long Hong Kong means. So as you guys know, I just dropped a video earlier today, and you maybe have heard about my situation of this trip that I had planned. I got to take this thing off. It is just way too hot to do that right now. So I had a trip planned. Maybe you had heard about it, maybe you hadn't, but it was to the States, but with the final destination of my home country of El Salvador. Good to see you, Mo. What's up? Ultra Boosted, Alexandra. We'll do some intros in a second, but let me just explain the situation. So I essentially had this trip planned for a while. I booked the trip like a month ago, but unfortunately my home country of El Salvador is on lockdown. They've done similar to what the Philippines just did, and they have pretty much closed off the entire country. And good to see you, Charman. What's up? Good to see you, Flawbird. And so back to what I'm saying, they closed down the country, and because of that, because of where I'm coming from, now it doesn't really matter where you're coming from. They are pretty much not allowing anyone to get into the country. So if you're coming from anywhere outside of El Salvador, you can't get in. And now I knew that was the case. I'm working to cancel that part of the flight, but I did also give you a shout out. Foti, shout out to you, man. What's up? And good to see you, Rolando, as well. So anyways, back to my story here. So basically, my trip to El Salvador was canceled, but I still had my U.S. leg of the trip that was kind of pending. And I was trying to change the dates for this trip, and originally planning to change them to like December after all this stuff is over. I couldn't change them. Every single date that I selected for months is completely booked. I can't change it. And so I had to decide, do I just pick a random change of flights in like June or July? The outbreak's probably going to be even worse. The pandemic in the US is getting worse. In fact, right now it's only starting. It's going to get worse as time goes by. But I made a decision because there was another wedding that I also was invited to, and that was for my buddy Bill. And shout out to my buddy Bill. If you're watching this, bro, you know who you are. And if you guys haven't seen my Frankie Visits Apple Park video, go check it out, because this is the guy who's getting married in the States as well, and he's getting married next weekend. And so my plan is actually to go to his wedding as well. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to be my wife who can join because she's working, and I obviously am still without work, so I have the flexibility to be able to do that. I can't change my flights. I can't and I can't cancel them either because I don't want to lose the flights either. So I'm going to just try to go ahead with this trip. And luckily I have a good buddy of mine who lives in Nashville that I'm going to be staying at for the majority of the trip before we move to go to New Orleans for the wedding. Anyways, long story short, guys, I'm going to be in the US next Thursday. I'm going to literally be flying into San Francisco, and then I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee after that for the better part of a week. Then I'm going to be in New Orleans, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I can fly back to Hong Kong, but that'll be almost 2 weeks later. So I guess what I'm saying is so long Hong Kong temporarily. I'm not going anywhere, guys. So just giving you the quick update here on this situation. and I will be quarantined once I land in the US. Look, the only way that's going to happen is if I actually have the virus. Just joking. I do not have the virus, and obviously I'm not, I'm completely fine. Now, if I got sick before the trip on Thursday, I will just have to forfeit the entire trip. But at this point, I've made arrangements. Hopefully, I'll still be able to do this, and I'm gonna be okay. And guess what, guys? There are around 150, I want to say close to 200 cases in Hong Kong, but there are already over 1,000 cases in the US, and it's only going to get worse. So my thinking is, if I prolong this trip for another couple months, the US may be like closed off to the entire world. And right now, just tell them you always look sweaty. Dude, it is 90% humidity out here. Look at that. You see over there, dude, it is completely humid as heck right now. Like, you would be sweating if you were here too, bro. So anyway, just hit me up with any questions you want about phones now, because I'm happy to respond to them now. It is around 24 degrees Celsius, but it's like 90% humidity, dude. So it's really rough. And thanks for watching, all the videos I've been doing recently. Obviously, it's been a crazy time. I'm trying to get as much done. We'll be doing some collabs in the US. If I could, Rolando, meet up with anyone, but I'd have to see if there are any YouTubers in Nashville, in New Orleans, who are kind of free to hang out or something. But I'm sure there's some viewers out there. I have a lot of viewers in the US too. So maybe if you guys are watching, or if you see this live stream and you wanted to kind of meet up, I'm not trying to do any gatherings though, trying to avoid a bunch of people in a room, with the hot air, it's steaming. You walk into like a bar, it's dark, some guy's coughing, and then all of a sudden it's like Frankie Tech, a well-known YouTuber from Hong Kong, was at an event, a fan event, and someone was sick with coronavirus, and unfortunately it has spread now to the rest of the community because of Frankie Tech. Like, I would hate to be that guy who ended up having some sort of get-together that got everyone sick. That would be terrible. So I'm not going to be doing that. So. Does the vegan leather X2 Pro feel nice? I wouldn't know, because I've never felt it. But I will say I have felt similar types of leather, and they feel good. I personally would pick up the kind of glass version. That's just the one that I personally like. So, Black Shark versus Corona. Well, I don't know what that means, man. So I'm gonna see like the virus. What are the specs of the virus? We can talk about that, I guess. I don't know. How's the coronavirus situation in Hong Kong? It's getting better, Eli. I think right now it's become kind of the new normal. So like the rest of Asia, we've been living this for a much longer period of time. But you can tell, YT Rifle Boy, you're from Macau, dude, so you know what it's like. We've been living with this for quite a while, but you can tell in like places like the US or in Europe, they're just going nuts because they're kind of experiencing this thing delayed. Like, we lived through this already for the past couple months. Meanwhile, in the US, they're just living through this for the first time now. In China, it's been going on even longer, right? But in China, things are really improving. Luckily, Hong Kong, I think the cases will start going down very soon. But in the US, in the States, I think it's more of a panic. I've watched the news. Everything is so extreme. Everyone's just like, state of emergency, and the government's falling, and it's like, and all closures. The NBA cancels every sport, in the States has been canceled. Like, schools closed 10,000. It's like, it's all really hyped up, and people, that's just this. Yeah, exactly. This is Americans, though. Americans, kind of like me, because I'm kind of culturally American. We're all about hyped up, and it's like, oh my God, the world's ending, cats and dogs living together. It's the end of the universe. Like, it's not. It's like, it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Don't panic. And I think for the US, if for all you US audience guys who are just gonna live through this now, it's not the end of the world. It is dangerous. You have to stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, just be aware of your hygiene. And I think, yes, there will be kind of illnesses. Yes, people will get sick, but generally speaking, if you're young, if you're fairly healthy, if you're doing okay, you should be all right, and just keep that positive. But you wear the mask actually not to protect yourself, it's to protect other people as well. So if you are coming down with something, stay at home, don't go to work, and all that stuff. So I would say I'm a bit nervous, but I think it's more just hype in the US about being nervous about this stuff. And Sean Burns says, UK, not everything is being canceled. And Sean, my sister is in the UK right now. She's coming back to Hong Kong soon, but like, she told me, like you're saying, it's not as over the top. They haven't closed the schools yet. They may have to do it eventually, but they haven't done it yet. So that's, I think that's, I guess, a bit of the British approach, is just to, stay calm and carry on to, to this whole thing. And I think maybe it's a better approach than going nuts and just having everyone flip out. And you see all the images from the States, people are just going crazy. Anyone else like that Xiaomi added an app drawer? I love it. Look, app drawers to me are one of those classic Android functionalities, one of those classic modes. And so I'm just glad that they put it back. Do I prefer Hong Kong or the US? Hong Kong, baby, for life. For life. Hello from, Satsun. Hello from Cambodia. To all my Cambodia viewers, shout out to you guys. Thoughts on the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max? I wasn't a big fan. If you saw my tweet yesterday, I was saying, the Note series is quickly becoming a very confused series to me. I don't know what it wants to be. The Mi Mix is all about innovation. The Mi kind of 10, Mi 10, Mi 9, those phones, they're about the flagships. The K series is about affordable flagships, great mid-rangers. The Redmi 8, not like 7, 6 before that, those are all the best budget phones. But the Redmi Note series, sometimes it wants to be more budget, but then sometimes it wants to be more flagship. Sometimes it wants to be more like affordable flagship. And I feel like it's missing some key things that would make it a better just phone in general. Instead of focusing on all these other factors like a brand new Snapdragon 720G, just use something that has been tried and tested. Instead of a quad camera setup, you don't need that on a phone of this price. Just get 3 really good cameras on the back of this phone and call it a day. But what you should do is add and replace what I think is the biggest mistake these companies are making right now. Xiaomi, Realme, they all need to do this, is AMOLED. Get rid of these LCD displays on phones. If you can get the company that gets a 60 hertz AMOLED display on a Indian rupees $12,000 phone first, I think is the winner for me. And so that's basically sub $150 US. If a company can hit that price point and actually get AMOLED at that price point, for me, I consider that the first really, truly successful phone of that price point. And so I'm not a huge fan of the decisions they made with the Redmi Note 9. I personally prefer what they're going to be doing with the K series, and the Mi 10 series has been awesome. The Redmi 8 is a great budget phone, and so I love that too. What are your thoughts on using ARC as a test for devices? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that, man. But I did see all of my Xiaomi PUBG tests. All my gaming has been kind of stuck at 40 FPS right now. So I really need to figure out what's going on there, because they are very much capable in terms of processor of doing better. Neelag, just keep swimming. That's right. China or US? You know what? Look, Hong Kong, yes, it's part of China, but Hong Kong is also a very different part of China. It's a very different experience here. As you can see, I can walk around and do a YouTube live stream. I can't do this in China. I couldn't do it. So I don't know, man. Both have their positives. Personally, I've obviously grown up quite a while in the US, or I'm culturally more American, but I love China. I mean, they do some great stuff. I review 99.9% of the phones I review on this channel are from China. So, there's that too. What phone am I shooting this on? I'm shooting this on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is my live stream phone of choice. And as you can tell from the live stream, it looks pretty good, I would say. What do you think? But don't take my word for it. Let me show you the other kind of rear camera here on the 11 Pro Max. Very gloomy day here in Hong Kong, but still a beautiful day nonetheless. There you go. Frankie, answer please. What did you say? Quick question. Does Black Shark 8 GB of RAM, DDR5? I'll double check. I was looking at on a few websites. I was looking for that answer and I couldn't find it yet. I think it's DDR4X, but I'll have to double check. It may be 5. I hope it's 5, because it's, for gaming, it's It's really good. Here's the thing, guys. It looks pretty good, exactly. The iPhone video, I know a lot, you guys are mostly Android, like Android fans, but you can't deny iPhone for video quality. It's still, I think, the best of any phone out there. And there are phones that are getting there. Samsung has made some major improvements. Huawei does some good stuff. Xiaomi, the Mi 10 Pro, has some really great video footage. And yet, let me tell you guys what happened. The other day, I was gonna film actually an unboxing with the Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro. And I just could not get the same autofocus experience as on the iPhone. So let me give you an example. Right now on the iPhone, if I'm going to say, oh, here is the brand new, which is not brand new, but here's the Mate 20X 5G, right? And the Xiaomi phone can't do this. You see? You see what I'm doing there? I changed the focus really quickly. Did you see that? I'm changing the focus on stuff very quickly. There we go. Go over there. And it gets worse on the iPhone when you have less light. But generally speaking, the focus, the autofocus on iPhones are just so much better than on Android phones, or at least on the Mi 10 Pro. I could not get it to just focus on the phone. I just had to cancel the footage and just start on the iPhone because for kind of street tech reviews, it's my go-to, man. Anyways, let's see any other questions here. Do I think 2020 Xiaomi get third place instead of iPhone? They might, dude. And you know, Apple has never been about market share. They just happen to have a very large market share over the years because iPhone's been so popular. But I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years, that iPhone is like out of the top 5. It might be only in the top 10 at that point. So, because Android phones are just so many, and there's so many great phones coming out of China, and the prices are just so good that the competition is just, Apple can't compete at those prices. But lucky for Apple, they're the only ones who make iPhones, whereas for companies like Samsung, they do make Android phones. I'm more worried about Samsung. If you haven't checked out my buddy Ben's Gadget Reviews S20 review, go check that out. He has this very, very detailed explanation of why the S20 Ultra was really almost like a defensive move from Samsung. They are struggling to compete with the China phones, and the S20 Ultra was their answer, but I don't think that they hit the right point. I think it was too much money for what they were offering, and it really is going to be undercut by companies like Xiaomi very soon. Do I think Mi 10 Pro is the best choice over S20 Ultra? Dude, for half the price, it's hard to say. Obviously, if you're in the Samsung camp and you love the S20 Ultra and you love those phones, it's great. But you're paying for the brand. About 40% of the price is the brand. The Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro isn't in terms of like software, I'd say, or in terms of like maybe certain aspects of build quality there, but it's like 95% there. It's 95% there. Most of you will be happier with spending half the price for 95% of the phone. Gabe Angeles says he's still using iPhone 4 in 2019. That's incredible, bro. I don't know how you do it, man. That is insane. Best Android skin except Oxygen OS. Yeah, Oxygen OS is awesome. I'll tell you, my perfect phone would be, give me this S20 Ultra that was just released, but put Oxygen OS on it, right? And then just like, give me a 90 hertz refresh rate option. Because I felt, even while I was using the phone, 120 hertz looked great, but my battery life was suffering. And then I would switch it to 60 hertz, and I would be like, oh, I can't use this phone. If I bought this phone for almost $1,400 US, and I'm using it at 60 hertz, it's like a joke. So I was like, what would I have loved to have? I would have loved 90 hertz refresh rate as an option. Then you can get kind of a best of both. You can have 90 hertz, but still decent battery life. And I think they missed the mark with that. They really did. Neil says, come to India, Frankie. We want to meet you. Hey, very soon. I would love to come to India. Once all this coronavirus gets settled and everything, hopefully I can make it over there, guys. And like I said, I'm going to the States for you guys who hadn't heard that whole part of the story. But I would love to come to India very soon as well. What do I think of the Xiaomi Note 10? I love Aurora green color. It's a great color. I don't mind it. I do love the Mi 10's green though now. It's very beautiful. But let's face it, the Mi 10 Pro is probably the most beautiful phone of the ones. Let's see if I can take it out of the bag. I do have it here. Okay, Can I have it out of the bag? Just hold on a second. Trying to do this one-handed. I always do stuff one-handed on this channel. I should get a tripod. It would really help. There's the Mi 10 Pro. And this color version, this color variant for me is the best. It's this gorgeous, look at that, this gorgeous, just gold finish and this shimmery kind of, this beautiful shimmery satin feel. This is definitely for me, if you're gonna pick a Mi 10 Pro color, now the blue one is nice too, but look at this thing. It's just, it's stunning. It's just absolutely stunning. And there you see it with the view. Imagine this front-facing video, guys, on the iPhone. So, hey, is the iPhone doing a good job with this live stream or what? Look at this gorgeous beast. Oh, and that's another thing I wanted to mention to you guys. What do you see right there? It says version 11.0.13. I just got this version today, so I will be doing a Mi 10 Pro kind of camera update test tomorrow. Stay tuned for that, because I want to really compare to see if this camera has improved now with that version 11.0.13. You see it right there. I don't know if it's flipped around, but 11.0.13. I'm very excited to test that out, and stay tuned for that. The blue one is better. You know what? I would have probably picked the blue one personally, but stay tuned, guys, because I have seen the blue one before, and it looks pretty great. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That was a little hint, but I can't say anymore. Just know that I've seen the blue one before, and it's pretty nice. How's the job hunt going, Harry? The job hunt sucks. I would say February would have been a better month. Hey, what's up, Squid Fizzy? Good to see you, bro. The job search would have been better without the virus. I think it would have already been tough either way, but you put the virus into the mix, it's been a really tough going. I'm in touch with my recruiters, with my kind of the headhunters who are working for me, and they've all told me that April is the month when things are gonna pick up again for my industry. But February and March have been really tough. Most companies have put their hiring on hold still, and April hopefully will be the month when they start having more opportunities available. And so hopefully I can find a job when I get back into the workforce shortly after that. Realme X2 Pro versus Mi Note 10 Pro. I would probably pick the X2 Pro. I love the X2 Pro. 90 hertz, Snapdragon 855 plus, 64 megapixel Samsung GW1 sensor, 4,000 milliampere battery. The best charging speeds of any phone to this day. 30 minutes, imagine, 30 minutes from 0 to 100. It's still a terrific phone, and that's why I still keep one around for comparisons and stuff like that. Hey Larry, good to see you, man. Osman, Redmi Note 9 Pro or Pro Max or K30. That's a tough one, man. I personally don't like either of those phones too much. Redmi K30, I think, was just overblown. You know, I would have taken 60 hertz AMOLED on a phone of that price. That would have been an incredible phone. But instead, I got 120 hertz LCD. I'm just not a fan. So I would say neither, but if you have to pick one, maybe the K30, just the cameras are better on the K30, and the battery was really good too. What about upcoming OnePlus 8 series? 8 series is going to be awesome, and I think they are going to be the ones to really undercut Samsung, and also yet brings a great software experience that it's going to be probably the phone to get. I think in early 20 or kind of mid 2020, it's going to be the phone to get. So look out for that OnePlus 8 Pro. It's probably going to come in at around $800 US, but it's going to be an amazing piece of tech for what it offers. Mi 10 Pro versus OnePlus 7T Pro. At this point, guys, I'm using Snapdragon 865 on a lot of these phones. I'm kind of used to the speed and just all the capabilities. And now that 5G will be rolling out in Hong Kong in the next month or so, I'm all about getting as many 5G phones as possible. The moment that 5G network drops, boom, you have a 5G phone. That's why this Mate 20X 5G is such an awesome phone, because it can utilize the next generation network, and it's the biggest, most baddest beast of a display that you have on a phone. Which brand do I love, Xiaomi or Realme? I mean, most of you would know that I've used Xiaomi a lot more, and that I probably am a bigger fan of Xiaomi. I have more relationships within Xiaomi in terms of the company. But Realme is doing some great stuff. And Oppo, Vivo, all those guys, they do some great work. I have a good buddy of mine, or someone that I've met recently, becoming a good buddy, who works for Oppo. Hopefully we can meet up at some point soon. And he's in between Shenzhen and Hong Kong sometimes. Oppo is doing some great work, and I think through like Oppo, Vivo, Realme, the whole BBK family of phones, OnePlus, you're seeing a lot of the innovations from Oppo then go to Realme, and then from Vivo go to Realme or go to OnePlus. So they're doing some great stuff, and I'm really excited. The Oppo Reno 3 Pro early on this year was one of my favorites. The OnePlus 8 is going to be a terrific phone, I'm sure. What's the difference between X2 Pro China, India, and global version? It's been a while since I reviewed the China version. All I can tell you, global version, is that it's got better language support, better, just better software for me, for my needs. It's just better. Which brand is the king of best value? It's tough. I mean, I would say Xiaomi still has the crown, but Realme is pushing hard, man. And I've seen these other Realme phones come out. The X2 Pro, it is a terrific phone. It rivals, I think, the only other phone that I love the most from last year, the Mi 9T Pro. But if Xiaomi can get the K30 or Mi 10T Pro right, if they get that pricing right, if they get it for even 500, no, I would say even 400. Imagine a K30 Pro for 400 US dollars, so around, what is that? I can't do the conversion Indian rupees, but or you get the idea. 400 US, so less than the Black Shark in terms of pricing, maybe below 30,000, even like 25,000 Indian rupees, something like that. But you get a K30 Pro with 90 hertz, full HD display, Snapdragon 865, 5,000 milliampere battery, 65 watt fast charging. Boom. That's it. It's game over. And how funny would be the phone, the successor, the true successor of the phone that I've loved more than any other is the K20 Pro, the Mi 9T Pro. Those are terrific phones. When will the Mi 10 Pro global version release in Philippines? Not sure about your specific countries. Look at the websites for specific details. But on March 27th is the day that the Mi 10 Pro is officially announced. The reviews may be up for that soon. All I'm going to say, guys, is stay tuned, because the Mi 10 Pro is a terrific device, and I can't wait to share the global version, and kind of just really experience that. And so stay tuned, guys. Best phone, $200 to $250. Whew, that's tough. I mean, it'll really depend. If you like stock Android, some might even say the Mi A3. I disagree. I would have said like 250. Sorry, I thought you said 150. I would then say you're probably going to be happiest in terms of the specs on the list with a kind of maybe the Poco X2 or the Redmi K30. I personally know which phone I would get. For that price, I would go and buy a Mi 9T. A Mi 9T, Snapdragon 730, all the great things about the Redmi K20 Pro, but for a lower price. And honestly, it's still a terrific phone to this day. Redmi Note 8 Pro is $199. Well, there you go. So I didn't like the Redmi Note 8 Pro. I would still pick a Mi 9T or a Redmi K20 over a Redmi Note 8 Pro. That's me, but that's just me. I love AMOLED. I can't stand LCD. LCD needs to go the way of the dodo, as they say. It needs to just go extinct. And yes, LCD can be used in sub $150 phones, but yes, I've seen the K20 at those prices. Here in Hong Kong, I've seen it for even less, man. You can get some terrific deals on the Mi 9T, aka Redmi K20 for that price here in Hong Kong. Anyways, guys, just a quick, it's not quick anymore, it's already 30 minutes. LCD is over, Rolando. I just want it to go away. I want it to go far away. Every time I have to use an LCD phone now, I just get depressed because I'm just like, I'm not a fan. I just don't want to see it. It hurts my eyes. I can't deal with it. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this live stream. It got a bit longer than I expected. Just wanted to share, like I said, my travel plans with you guys. And stay tuned. I will be having content up until I leave, and then I will have some more additional content while I'm in the US, if you want to see some live streams like this, happy to do them. I'll bring a couple of the phones that I'm reviewing with me so we can test out the travel or the ability for that, and stay tuned for that as well. But let's do some outros now. Hey, Big House Productions, thanks so much. I do appreciate. Looking forward to the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. Keep up the great content, Frankie. Big House Productions, this is not the first time you've done that. Thanks so much, bro. I really do appreciate it. And yes, I will be, once they become global releases, I will check them out. Bulgaria's in lockdown too. Lubo, good to see you, bro. Yeah, good to see you, my man. And I will stay safe. So outro to all you guys here. Jay Lee, Big House Productions, though, once again, a shout out to you, man. And all the best. And where are you based, bro? Because I'm coming to the States on Thursday, actually. Probably the worst possible time for me to come to the U.S. But I do have a wedding of a friend who had invited me for a long time to go. And I can't cancel my flights to the States. So I will be coming there on Thursday. I will be in Nashville. I will be in New Orleans. And I will be in San Francisco. You like the Black Shark 3 Pro? We'll see, man, if I can even get one to review. I'm guessing that, our favorite Shenzhen-based tech reviewer is probably going to get one by tomorrow. But personally, if I don't get the phone before I leave, it's okay. I've reviewed the Black Shark 3. I can already tell the Black Shark 3 Pro is going to be a great phone, but it's not going to compare to the Mate 20X, for me at least, in terms of display size and what I want to do. So anyways, that's it, guys. Oh, Western Arkansas. Awesome, Big House. Well, I won't make it there this time, man, but hopefully we can meet up someday. And, Nashville, I guess, is as close as I will be to you when I'm there. I will do a shout out. So we'll do another live stream when I'm in Nashville. Anyways, guys, take it easy. All the best. Amaroid, good to see you, man. Nello, thank you so much. Ultra Boosted, Taslim, Jacques, Rolando, Ben the Boss, Lubo, stay safe, guys. We're not going to die, man. We're going to be all right. We may get sick, Just stay safe. Wash your hands. Stay positive, guys. It'll be all good. Burning on Mi 9T. I'm not worried about it, dude. Don't worry about it. Just don't. If you get nervous about that stuff, AMOLED only gets bad after a couple years. I've never seen any burn-in on any of my AMOLED phones, ever. Really, it's just never been an issue. Anyways, man, take care. Heavenly, thank you. Oh, man. All right, and let's wrap this one up. And this is where I leave you by saying, UH889, good to see you, man. Burritos, enjoy it. Take care, Stefos. Take care, guys. This is Frankie Tech, signing off. Have a good one. Take care, guys. See ya. All right, Mr. Jubilee, take care. Thanks for the